Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm in the skiing town of Myoko in the Niigata prefecture, and I'm here today because I've just bought this Akiya. Dangerous. Yep, I can see how it could be. Better stay out of that one. As you might imagine, I bought it to use as kind of a ski lodge for myself and my family and friends. And I actually got this one from an Akiya bank. I'll talk about the why and how much at the end of the video. But first we'll go for a bit of a tour and I'll talk about the things I need to do to renovate it a bit. Hopefully in time for this season. Just looking around the outside for a minute. House was built in 1985. It's timber frame with cladding, and the basement section is poured concrete. Garage door's quite low, it's only 1.65 metres, which is about 5.5 feet. But it is a normal width, 2.5 metres, just over 8 feet. Apart from being a bit dirty and maybe needing a paint job, the exterior is pretty good. There's a piece that's come off the corner of that gutter, but I just found it over here in the steps, so we can probably get that put back on. The roof is stainless steel, so I'm told there's no leaks to worry about. It's got an access ladder up there, but it actually has a snow clearing system on the roof. I saw a bunch of pipes up there for that purpose. I'll have to ask the agent whether they work or how we get them working again. We also need to fix that garage door, it's broken at the bottom. It's very narrow steps here coming out from the kitchen, but they're really only for occasional use. The windows are all aluminium. Don't look like they're double glazed. The house uses pretty much all of the land that it comes with. There's only a little bit on the far side there that's not used. It's quite a big building. That over there I think is an outlet for the gas hot water. I'll check that in a minute. Concrete all seems pretty good. No significant cracks in it. And here is the yard space, so to speak. This land isn't part of it. That's public land, I believe, or town land. It's a fairly low maintenance yard. These railings need repainting, but they seem solid. And that awning there has polycarbonate sheeting which will need replacing. This is probably the original sheets and they're not really designed to last 40 years. Those blue cloths probably have a practical purpose, but they don't look very good, so I'll probably get rid of them. Lots of racks have been built in here for hanging up tools and things, I suppose. Snowboards maybe. All the water pipes are fairly thoroughly wrapped as they need to be in the snowy area. There's one air conditioning unit there, which is for the main lounge sort of area. I think this wall is put here just to keep snow from accumulating on the road. They do actually clear this road, even though it's quite a small one. Some of these tiles need gluing back down. Hopefully there aren't any that have gone completely missing. It's easy enough to glue them on. Bit of a crack in the render here. It's nothing very unusual. Not really worth re-rendering, I'll probably just fill that. That adds a bit of charm. So, one of the good features about this house is it's connected to the town sewer. It's also got town gas. And that's the electric meter above it. Not really a fan of this connection here. Not sure what they had on that board before either. I'll ask the agent about that. Little bay windows on the front. A cute feature. So, time to head inside. Downstairs balcony seems to be in pretty good shape. Just the railing needs a bit of attention. And those sheets. Tiles are okay once you get up here. That paper needs replacing. Sliding door at the front. So coming inside, there's an average size genkan, but with an enormous getabako, or shoebox, complete with a few cans of things. Seem to be brand new actually. And some boots. A couple of good ladders. And a place to hang your umbrellas and things. Just noticed the top of the getabako is not in great condition. But that's just veneer. So I'll probably stick something else on top of that to repair it. Because otherwise it's still a perfectly usable thing. More shoes. From there we enter into a hallway and the staircase, which is not overly steep, especially not by Japanese standards. And the ceiling is quite high with a void above the entry. Feels quite spacious. Wallpaper is not great. Not the worst I've seen, but probably needs replacing at some point. To the left here we have a 8 tatami room, which has carpet on it. There's a natural gas heater and an aircon, which is heating and cooling. It's only 8 years old, so that should work fine. All of the shoji paper needs replacing. This is quite an impressive little shrine up here. Oh, and gore board. I have to learn how to play that. Enormous coffee table. Well, it's not called a coffee table here, but I can't remember the word. Quite nice vase. Onyx, maybe? These doors have copped a little bit too much over the years, so they'll need recovering. Both of them. And again, the shoji screens. Nice wood carvings above the screens, which you only get in a reasonably expensive house, in my experience. The good thing is, under this carpet, the tatamis are actually quite good. A little bit faded, but not worn out. Whereas in the next room, they are worn out. So I need to get those ones recovered. This is an odd sized room too, as you can tell by the skinny tatamis at the back. Nice wall hanging here. And again, the doors are not in great shape. Bit of a hole in the wall here too. but not terrible. Storage room. Pretty typical. Again, needs new paper. The curtains are completely gone. It's amazing they kept them on looking like that. And the light shades falling to bits. Glass on the bottom half. Old futon bag or quilt bag. These have been recovered with wallpaper. Good access for piping, I guess. We already looked at the balcony out there from outside. Doors seem pretty good, but everything is single pane, as I thought, not double glazed. Lots of bits of furniture. So this is the downstairs toilet. Pretty daggy wallpaper, but not too bad. It's got one of these dinky little sinks in the corner. And what looks like a nearly new washlet seat. That's all good. Power boards up here above it. This is another dining or sitting room. This is actually a cover over the top of tatami, which are well past it. And now the cover's pretty much past it too. So I don't need any flooring in here. We'll probably go with some sort of modern vinyl or engineered flooring. This is a kerosene heater, which we probably won't be using. Might be able to use the fan though. The lights are super old, but they still work. As does the thermometer and hygrometer. This leads into the kitchen. Some funky vinyl, which probably could be cleaned up okay, but it's starting to come apart in the middle, so best to replace it. Just open these cupboards next to the kitchen and found a vacuum cleaner that looks pretty decent. The other boxes are just empty boxes. Some scissors and things. And kitchen paper. Oh, cockroach baits. That's handy. Probably be using those. And another vacuum cleaner. That makes 3 vacuum cleaners so far. And garbage bags for the local garbage collection. That's just wallpaper on the inside here. Another box. Documents. See if they want those back. Some more hutches in here. Nice big crock pot. This is remote control for the LED light, but we can't seem to get that working just yet. In a second. Fixed. So the kitchen cupboards. These are your typical steel cupboards. They're not in terrible shape, they're just filthy. The handles are made better. Let's possibly replace them. Double sink. Apparently this water heater doesn't work. range of works, although it sounds like it needs cleaning. We've tested this, it does work. Yeah. It's a rice dispenser. It's pretty old school. Yep, I think just changing the handles and cleaning everything will do the job. This clock still seems to work, but the fridge does not, and it's pretty manky inside. Not to mention rusty outside, which is a bit weird for a stainless fridge. Over here is the gas heater for the bathtub and shower in next door. It works fine. It's actually a reasonably modern one. And preset temperature. And there's that gas outlet I saw before. So the only other thing downstairs is the bathroom and laundry. Don't know what happened to this. It's a metal one, but I'll just have to replace that. And typical place for a washing machine. And here's the bathroom. Not too bad. Typical baby blue tub, but it's a bit bigger than average. Tiles seem okay, everything just needs cleaning. A couple of broken tiles there, but I think I'd just live with that. And this does work, and it also has a auto-filling function. So it comes out of that bottom thing there, and once it reaches the next thing, it knows to stop filling. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, these panels, they don't look great, but they're actually fine. They're just dirty, so it should come up alright. So you've got the option to put the shower head up there if you want to stand up or sit down, Japan style. Bifold screen. Wallpaper's okay in here, just needs a bit of a wipe. And this is the access to the garage, which we'll have a look at in a minute. A few useful tools around the place, a little bit of storage there. Could be dangerous for your head though when you're coming up. Little alcove here for your emergency light. And that's it for downstairs. At the top of the stairs there's another basin. This one has a tap that leaks if you use it. Otherwise that one's not in bad shape. Bit of a daggy colour, but not too bad. Probably just change the tap on that one. And there's the second toilet. And it has a heated toilet seat. An adjustable temperature on the side. But it's not a bidet toilet, so we might upgrade that. Beautiful chandelier. And in here, this is a carpeted room, so Western style room. Evidently they had a cat, and he probably did a lot worse job behind that paper. So we'll have to refinish the walls. Yep, he's wrecked it down there too. Slightly more modern ceiling light, but it is still fluoro. Couple of PowerPoints. Don't know what that is. Yeah, a little display cabinet with some glassware left over. Do some champagne later. So this is carpet over timber. There's no tatami underneath. The carpet is well past it, so that'll need to be replaced. So, walls and floor in this one. Probably leave the ceiling. That's actually an 8 tatami room, so it'll make a good main. But at the moment it doesn't have any aircon, so we may have to fix that. Next door, 6 tatamis. And this aircon does work, but apparently it's only a cooler, which you need because you get a lot of sun here in the afternoon. I believe it's midday now, so south presumably is roughly that way. Another display area here, and the doors need recovering. The walls are okay though. Just need some fresh lacquer on the timber. Maybe replace that. I think that's a birch rod or imitation birch. Probably real birch. Anyway, just the doors and some fresh tatamis needed in here, or recovered. There's a bookshelf alcove here for avid readers, and a phone which certainly won't be any use. Might be a good place for a modem though. And again, the wallpaper is unfortunately quite dirty in places. Ceiling's pretty good. I think that'll clean up okay. Might be able to re-stick that, although we would need a very big ladder. And across here is a little room. I think that's probably smaller than a 4.5 tatami room, and it seems to be full of furniture they didn't need. Some cool vintage curtains. Oh, and they've left behind suits. See if I can donate them to someone. These are really old. Oof. They smell really heavily of something that was put in there to stop moths. Yeah. Needs a little repair. Oh, wow. These look like kimonos. I'll have a more detailed look at those later. Seems to be anything in this one. Another table, in case we need it. Some more naphthalene, as I was smelling before. And there's this box in the corner. Quite a cool old box actually, but nothing in that one. And underneath the interesting rug is a sort of faux parquetry floor, which looks to be pretty good apart from being dirty. So it leaves one more room here. Once again, a 6 tatami, a very old desk in it, some shelves, and some built-in cupboards, and the bifolds. Some more shelves. No cupboards above in this one. Oh, but you can get to the space. And some old blankets. Might be good in an emergency. And a couple of spare light fittings. Like every other room, the curtains are pretty gross, and the light is hilarious. Pretty good view from up here though. You can see the river and the mountains in the background, which of course will be covered in snow in a couple of months' time. There's a bit of a bay window up here. It's a nice feature to have. The wallpaper I think is good enough that we'll keep it. It's good enough for my purposes anyway. And these particular tatami are not too bad either. So I think all I need in this room really is decent curtains and maybe a new light fitting. And that is it for upstairs. I might just have a look at the top balcony though, to see what kind of view we get up there. Very hard to get to the lock, isn't it? I've got some shoes for me, which is good. A shovel and a ladder here. And the local station, not too far away. Pretty nice view of the mountains from up here too. This is a fiberglass floor up here. It's interesting. That's the other aircon unit. Blue netting. Might just be for keeping birds out of here, I think. Well, it doesn't go all the way to the end, so I don't know how that'll work. Okay. I think that is it. Okay, I've got the lights on now, so time for a bit of a garage tour. It's quite deep. It goes the full depth of the house. This is a snow removal system for the roof, which apparently does not work, and the agent reckons it would take quite a lot to get it working again, so I don't know, I'll look into that, but we might be doing it manually. Back here, lots of old boards and a ladder, and either a fish or a butterfly net, probably fish. Shovel and stuff. Great big bucket. Is it gravel? Yeah, gravel. And more bits of wood and nets. Various materials. Some bamboo screening. Loads of containers, probably for kerosene. Loads of buckets as well. Don't know what that is, I'll have to ask. That looks like something used for getting fruit off a tree, perhaps. A couple of old rice, I think these are rice storage things. I think this might be a guard to put in front of the garage to keep the snow from damaging it. Perhaps. Decent tyres. 3 toboggans. Snowshoes. Beer box. Empty box. And another fridge, which I also wouldn't expect to work, but let's give it a go. Well, the motor kicked in, so it might be okay. We'll find out later. These light bulbs are pretty cool. With a little switch that you screw in on the side to make them work. Haven't seen that before. And under the stairs, as you can see, this is all cast concrete. It's very strong. A lot of nice pots here. Two quite big ones. And a big snow shovel, which you can really only use for freshly fallen snow before it gets too compacted. Yeah, it's got a metal liner, so you can use this to have a barbecue, I think. Everything down here is covered in cobwebs. Lots of insulation for the floor here, which is good to see, because it would be freezing down here in winter. So we really need the insulation. And look at these ancient boots. Those are museum pieces. Never seen straw boots before. It's another wooden thing. Old kerosene burner heater. More tables. Loads and loads of pots. Most of them not really worth anything, but a couple of decent ones. These things are for putting in the ground and covering to protect your plants when the snow comes. I nearly missed it, but there's a baseball glove up here. And some very serviceable badminton rackets. And this is the very last bit here, where we have a lot of tools. Gardening tools in here. Cable. Looks pretty deadly. I think that might be for cutting reeds or grasses that you harvest. Nice wooden hammer. Love those. And some more miscellaneous tools. Again, I'll have to do a proper inventory in these. Decide which ones are worth keeping. Some power cords. More hammery things. And some more gardening hose and picks and things. Fluoro tubes. And fly screen. Well, along with some boots, we've got plenty of usable things in here. And a few other things that look like they belong in a museum. Looks like a beach umbrella. As I showed before, going up these stairs, you're almost guaranteed to bang your head there if you're not paying attention. So I think I'll put some padding around that. Save myself from the inevitable. These big drums at the front of a kerosene, and there's a little tank here for transferring it to small kerosene heaters. It's actually full, this one, but the big drums, one's nearly empty, that one's empty. I don't think they'll fit me. So, thing to do now is research cars that will fit under a 1.64 metre garage. So the next thing for me to do is talk to the agent about getting some of these repairs done, because I'm not in this area often enough to do them myself. I will do some of them, but not all. And that brings us to what I paid for the place. It was listed for 4.8 million yen, which is about 50,000 Australian, and I guess it's about 35,000 US, something like that. A bit less actually, but about 32. We actually got it for a little bit less than that because they gave us some dispensation for furniture being left behind and that sort of thing. Basically paying for the recycling fees. So a little bit under that, we're probably a bit over 45 grand, something like that. And why do we buy Myoko? Because according to various reports, Myoko has the best powder of anywhere in Japan. Partly because the ski fields are the furthest west and they get hit by weather from Siberia. So they get massive amounts of snow here, something like 12 meters a year. That obviously appeals to myself and family members who are snowboarders and skiers. But also we intend to come here quite often in the summer and other months because, as you'll see when I drive around, it's a really beautiful area here in summer. Although it's not actually summer now, it's starting autumn. I'll come back here and do some more videos in future, but that'll probably be when there's snow all over the place. Thanks for watching, we'll catch you next time. It's a proper countryside out here. Rice paddies everywhere. I seem to be driving through a swarm of dragonflies. Or tombol, as they call it in Japan. Those houses are cute. It's really pretty out here. Too bad nobody comes in summer. Starting to get some autumn colours in town. This town is way prettier than I expected it to be.